Aholibah by Algernon. Charles Swinburne. In the beginning God made thee a woman well to look upon. Thy tender body as a tree whereon cool wind hath always blown till the clean branches be well grown. There was none like thee in the land. The girls that were thy bondwomen did bind thee with a purple band upon thy forehead, that all men should know thee for Godĺs handmaiden. Strange raiment clad thee like a bride, with silk to wear on hands and feet and plates of gold on either side. Wine made thee glad, and thou didst eat honey, and choice of pleasant meat. And fishers in the middle sea did get thee seafish and seaweeds in color like the robes on thee, and curious work of plaited reeds, and wools wherein live purple bleeds. And round the edges of thy cup men wrought thee marvels out of gold, strong snakes with lean throats lifted up, large eyes whereon the brows had hold, and scaly things their slime kept cold. For thee they blew soft wind in flutes and ground sweet roots for cunning scent, made slow. Because of many lutes, the wind among thy chambers went wherein no light was violent. God called thy name Aholibah, his tabernacle being in thee, a witness through waste Asia. Thou wert a tent sewn cunningly with golden colors of the sea. God gave thee gracious ministers in all their work who play and weave, the cunning of embroiderers that sew the pillow to the sleeve, and likeness of all things that live. Thy garments upon thee were fair with scarlet and with yellow thread. Also the weaving of thine hair was as fine gold upon thy head, and thy silk shoes were sewn with red. All sweet things he bade sift, and ground as a man grindeth wheat in mills with strong wheels alway going round. He gave thee corn and grass that fills the cattle on 1,000 hills. The wine of many seasons fed thy mouth, and made it fair and clean. Sweet oil was poured out on thy head and ran down like cool rain between the straight close locks it melted in. The strong men and the captains knew thy chambers wrought and fashioned with gold and covering of blue, and the blue raiment of thine head who sattest on a stately bed. All these had on their garments wrought the shape of beasts and creeping things, the body that availeth not, flat backs of worms and veined wings, and the lewd bolt that sleeps and stings. Also the chosen of the years, the multitude being at ease, with sackbuts and with dulcimers and noise of shawms and psalteries made mirth within the ears of these. But as a common woman doth, thou didst think evil and devise. The sweet smell of thy breast and mouth thou madest as the harlot's wise, and there was painting on thine eyes. Yea, in the woven guest chamber and by the painted passages where the strange gracious paintings were, state upon state of companies, there came on thee the lust of these. Because of shapes on either wall sea-colored from some rare blue shell at many a Tyrian interval, horsemen on horses, girdled well, delicate and desirable, thou saidst, I am sick of love. Stay me with flagons, comfort me with apples for my pain thereof till my hands gather in his tree that fruit wherein my lips would be. Yea, saidst thou, I will go up when there is no more shade than one may cover with a hollow cup, and make my bed against the sun till my Godĺs violence be done. Thy mouth was leant upon the wall against the painted mouth, thy chin touched the herald's painted curve and fall. Thy deep throat, fallen lax and thin, worked as the Godĺs beat worked therein. Therefore, O thou Aholibah, God is not glad because of thee, and thy fine gold shall pass away like those fair coins of ore that be washed over by the middle sea. Then will one make thy body bare to strip it of all gracious things, and pluck the cover from thine hair, and break the gift of many kings, thy wrist rings and thine ankle rings. Likewise the man whose body joins to thy smooth body, as was said, who hath a girdle on his loins and dyed attire upon his heads, the same who, seeing, worshipped, because thy face was like the face of a clean maiden that smells sweet, because thy gait was as the pace of one that opens not her feet and is not heard within the streets. Even he, O thou Aholibah, made separate from thy desire, shall cut thy nose and ears away and bruise thee for thy Godĺs hire and burn the residue with fire. Then shall the heathen people say, the multitude being at ease, Lo, this is that Aholibah whose name was blown among strange seas, grown old with soft adulteries. Also her bed was made of green, her windows beautiful for glass that she had made her bed between. Yea, for pure lust her body was made like white summer-colored grass. Her raiment was a strong manel spoil. Upon a table by a bed she set mine incense and mine oil to be the beauty of her head in chambers walled about with red. Also between the walls she had fair faces of strong men portrayed, all girded round the loins, and clad with several cloths of woven braid and garments marvelously made. Therefore the wrath of God shall be set as a watch upon her way, and whoso findeth by the sea blown dust a bones will hardly say if this were that Aholibah.